He was intelligent, ambitious, and outwardly charming. A law student, political volunteer, a man trusted by friends and admired by women. But behind the mask was a predator, one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. This is the story of Ted Bundy, the charming monster who fooled America. Theodore Robert Bundy was born in 1946 in Burlington, Vermont. Raised under complicated family circumstances, Bundy grew up believing his grandparents were his parents, and his mother was his sister. On the surface, he was a model young man. He studied psychology at the University of Washington and later enrolled in law school. He volunteered for political campaigns, worked at a suicide prevention hotline, and even impressed colleagues with his kindness and quick wit. But those who knew him also recall his other side. Deeply insecure, manipulative, and obsessed with control. By the early 1970s, women began disappearing in Washington and Oregon. Attractive young college students with long hair parted down the middle. Bundy's preferred type. He lured victims by pretending to be injured, often wearing a sling or cast. He'd ask for help carrying books or loading a car, leading unsuspecting women to his Volkswagen Beetle, the trap where many never returned. Between 1974 and 1978, Bundy committed a string of brutal murders across multiple states: Washington, Utah, Colorado, and Florida. His killings were marked by sadistic violence, necrophilia, and relentless deception. At least 30 women were murdered, but many investigators believe the true number was far higher. As bodies piled up, investigators struggled to connect the dots. Ted Bundy didn't fit the image of a killer. He was educated, well-dressed, and social, but cracks appeared. Police sketches of a man named Ted, driving a Volkswagen, surfaced repeatedly. In 1975, Bundy was finally arrested, but this was just the beginning of his twisted game. In 1977, he escaped custody twice. Once by jumping from a courthouse window in Colorado, and later by crawling through a ceiling panel in jail. He evaded police for months. During his time on the run, Bundy committed his most infamous attack, the Chi Omega sorority house murders in Florida. 2 young women were bludgeoned to death, and several others brutally assaulted in a single night. Bundy was recaptured in 1978. This time, there would be no escape. His trial became a media spectacle. Bundy represented himself in court, cross-examined witnesses, and often smiled for the cameras, relishing the attention. In 1979, he was convicted for the Chi Omega murders and sentenced to death. Over the next decade, he confessed to dozens of killings while awaiting execution. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison. Crowds outside cheered, holding signs that read, "Burn, Bundy, burn." Ted Bundy's name lives on in books, films, and endless documentaries. His story remains a chilling reminder of how evil can hide in plain sight. He was not the shadowy stranger we are taught to fear. He was the man next door, the student in class, the coworker who seemed ordinary. Bundy forced the world to confront an uncomfortable truth. Monsters don't always look like monsters. They can look like us. They can live among us. The question remains, how many more are still hiding in plain sight? What do you think? Did Bundy's execution bring justice? Or did his story only fuel the world's fascination with killers like him? Let us know in the comments below.